everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to make some breakfast for myself. I've got some errands I've got to run. I need to go to my accountant and take my taxes, and got some other things. I'm going to go and try to stock up on me some flour. But I'm going to cook some breakfast, and this is an old Southern recipe. It's called egg gravy. But I'm going to fry me some bacon, and I'm going to put that in my gravy along with the egg. But I'm going to make me some biscuits. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my bacon on, let it start cooking, and I'm going to cook me just a few biscuits to put my gravy over. So let me get my bacon heating up here. I always use white lily flour, and so I'm not going to make very many because it's just going to be me eating. I think I got to have more flour than that. Like I've told you in other videos, I prefer white lily flour. I've used other flours, but I always prefer white lily. And when I make my biscuits, I use self-rising flour. I think I will sift this. Sift a little bit. What I put in there has already been sifted. I always sift my flour when I put it in my container. But I'm going to sift me some in my bowl. And I just about got too much in my little itsy bitsy bowl. I'm going to do half buttermilk and half regular milk. And I like to use the whole buttermilk, whole fat. I don't want to use low fat. So I'm going to add that to my regular whole milk. And so I'm going to make a well. And I'm just going to reach in and dig me out just a little bit of shortening, because I'm only going to make a few. And I think while my hands are greasy with Crisco, I'm going to go ahead and grease up my frying pan. And I'm using my small cast iron frying pan because, like I said, I'm just going to make a few biscuits. I want to turn my oven on, and I want to preheat it to about 500 because I want my biscuits to cook really fast. And I'm going to sort of break up the shortening just a little bit into my flour. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to add my milk to this, and I'll probably have more than I'm going to be able to put into my pan, but that's okay. I'll just cook it and put them in the freezer. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that milk. I'm going to have way too much biscuit dough. My eyes are bigger than my stomach today, evidently. I'm still waiting to hear from the hospital to set me up for surgery for my breast cancer that I've been diagnosed with. I have not heard from them. My doctor yesterday told me that he would gladly refer me to this large hospital. So I am waiting to hear from them. My bacon is smelling really good. Okay, I want to clean this off my fingers and start working some of this in and thicken my dough up a little bit. I'll probably have to take my big cast iron my big cast iron frying pan to hold all this. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and grease up my bigger cast iron frying pan because I'm going to need that. I need to turn my bacon. This might not be the greatest thing to have cooked my bacon in. This is some cookware that I got from my friend's mother's house. It's old cookware, and I love old dishes. So they let me have this cookware. It's aluminum. Very expensive if you go online and try to order this or buy it. You can buy it. It's on eBay, but it's not cheap, and I've got a full set of it. So I thought I'm going to try cooking my bacon in it, and then I'm going to make my gravy in it as well. So let me put the lid on that, keep it from splattering everywhere. Isn't that neat? I just think it's so neat. Okay, now I want to put some more flour on my board here. And I'm not worried about sifting that flour that I'm putting down to pour my dough out on, because I'm going to do my biscuits this way. Usually I just roll them out, but I think I'm going to do them like this, because if you're not real familiar with making biscuits, this is the easier way to do it. So I'm just going to start kneading it over and working some of the flour into it. And like I have said in past videos, don't overwork your dough, because then your biscuits are going to be packy. They're not going to be as good. I just want to kind of fold it over, fold it, pat it down. Okay, I think my dough is kneaded enough. I'll do it one more time over, and then I'll fold this over. Okay, now I'm going to pat this out to a uniform thickness, and I'm going to cut it out with a biscuit cutter. And if you don't have a biscuit cutter, you can use a glass, or you can use a soup can, or any kind of a can that you have left over from vegetables or whatever that you may have opened. Let me wash my hands again. I need to check my bacon. This will be my lunch. It's almost 12 o'clock. So I will be eating this for my lunch. Okay. You want to flour. If you're using a biscuit cutter, a can, a glass, whatever, make sure that you flour it. Go straight down and up. I'm going to go ahead and use my big pan. Okay, and I want to get these out. Kind of brush off the excess flour. And I'm going to take my dough here that's remaining, and I'm going to reform it and cut it out. I've got to take my bacon up. Let me do that real quick. I wanted it real crispy because I'm going to put it into my gravy. And I'm just going to put it on this paper towel, let it drain. I'm going to turn my burner off for right now. And then when I get through with my biscuits and get them in the oven, I'm going to make the gravy. I like to blot my bacon when I fry it and get as much excess grease off of it as I can, because you're consuming grease just from the pork meat. But boy, do I love bacon. I'm like my daddy in that area. That was his favorite meat, was bacon. We always had bacon every day until he had his first bypass surgery. And then no more bacon for my dad. My mother, Buddy, she was very protective of my dad. And so she put him on artificial bacon. He would eat it, but he did not enjoy it. He wound up having to have bypass surgery twice in his life. Okay, my oven is preheated. And I think what I'll do with this dough here is just form it into a biscuit and put it in that one little spot there that's left. I'm going to do it just like that and stick it in. And I have got 2, 4, 6, 7 biscuits. Okay, way more than I intended. I thought I might make about 4. Anyhow, I got a little carried away there, so they won't go to waste. Okay, I'm going to stick these in the oven. And you see how quick and easy that was to make. There's nothing to making biscuits. Okay, I'm going to stick it in. And of course, those are going to rise up real thick. I wanted my biscuits to be thick because I'm going to put the gravy over it. So I wanted a good thick biscuit. So now I'm going to make my gravy for you. I'm going to turn my burner back on. I'm leaving the bacon grease that I have in here. Let me bring my camera over. I'm going to leave the bacon grease in there. And I'm just going to add some of my self-rising flour to this. And I want to stir all of that flour and cover it with the grease. And I'm going to let that brown. I'm going to get me some hot water ready. Okay, you see how my flour has gotten brown? All right, I'm going to add my water to this. I have 2 eggs that I'm going to whisk. These are those beautiful yard eggs that my friend Daryl and Reagan gave me. And I'm going to start folding these into my gravy. Hold my pan in place. And you just want to stir it and cook it so that your egg gets cooked. Okay, and now I'm going to turn the heat down. I want to crumble my bacon up in this. I'm just going to crush it, crumble it up in there. That's why you want your bacon really crisp. Rinse my hands. Okay, and then I'm just going to stir that all in together. I want to taste it for salt. I think it will be salty enough with the bacon and the flour and the bacon grease. No, it needs a little bit, not much, but a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm going to add some pepper. Stir that all in. Turn the heat off. I'm going to check on my biscuits. They're almost completely done. I'm going to move the gravy off of the burner. And my biscuits are finished baking. And so I'm going to put some melted butter over the tops of those. Oh gosh, those look so good. Kudos to the chef. Yes, yes, yes. Don't those look good? Woo. Okay, turn my oven off. Okay, let's start here. Woo. Look at that. How pretty that is. Okie dokie. I'm gonna put that on my plate. I'm gonna move this over. Okay, and I'm gonna split my biscuit open. Wow, that looks good. And I'm gonna spoon the gravy over my biscuit. That looks good. I will try it out and let you know how it tastes. Okay, now to try my biscuits and egg gravy. Ooh, that's nasty. Let me try another bite. Man, I don't know if it's because I'm hungry or that it's just flat that good. Man, that is delicious. You see how easy it was to make. Very quick, nothing to it. And my biscuits, I believe those are the best biscuits I've ever made. They are so light. Oh my goodness. Wish you all could have breakfast with me for lunch. It's a great choice. Very simple. Kind of a poor man's meal. But like I said the other day, I've always been poor. So why do any different, right? No, I'm not that poor. But I'm not wealthy either. So I do covet your prayers. You know what's going on with me. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I'm trusting in the Lord. Wherever He takes me, that's where I'm going to go. So I think I'm going to be okay. I will be. There's no thinking about it. I will be either way. But I think I'm going to come through this. Maybe I should say it that way. But if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Click on the like button to indicate that you enjoy my videos. And leave me a comment. Don't forget to click on the bell. And so when I post another video, you'll know. Have a great day. This is Beba saying, may the Lord bless and keep you and your family safe. And until I see you again, God bless you and may you have a wonderful day. I'll see you really soon. Bye.